The Galactic Council floated above the Andera system, in a hall that gleamed like crystal under the light of 3 suns. It was huge, bigger than anything humans had ever imagined. Its walls shimmered with a faint golden glow, and everywhere there were alien shapes, strange creatures with scales, feathers, or glowing skin, moving with quiet purpose. They whispered among themselves, their voices like music in some places, and like distant thunder in others. The air seemed alive, as if it knew something important was about to happen. Captain Ella stood quietly on Earth's observation deck, far below the shimmering hall in her thoughts, but her mind felt connected to the galaxy above. She had been chosen to represent all of humanity at the hearing, though no one could explain why they had even bothered. After all, humans were supposed to be small, reckless, unpredictable. That was the opinion of nearly every civilization in the Galactic Council. Some even feared humans. Some despised them. And some, Ella suspected, simply did not understand them at all. Ella was tall, with steady shoulders and sharp eyes that seemed to see everything at once. Her uniform was simple, but it carried authority. She held her hands folded in front of her and breathed slowly, her mind calm. She knew the rumors. The Council wanted to formally ban humans from interstellar affairs. They would decide whether Earth could continue participating in galactic trade, exploration, and diplomacy, or whether humans would be isolated forever. Her deputy, Liam, stood nearby, shifting slightly from foot to foot. He was younger but calm in a quiet, thoughtful way. His dark hair caught the faint light of the holographic screens that floated above them, showing the Council's members. Liam had been anxious when he first heard about the summons, but he had learned from Ella that fear would not help. Humans were here now, and whatever the Council decided, they would see what humans could do. The hall above Andera was alive with motion. Alien delegates of all shapes and sizes spoke in their languages, some using words, others using thoughts, vibrations, or light patterns. Their expressions were serious, some filled with disdain, some with curiosity. The humans watching from Earth's secure observation room could feel the tension through the data streams. The Council had prepared its statements carefully. When the hearing began, a massive alien with green, glassy skin named Theron stepped forward. His voice was low but carried across the hall. Earth has caused disturbances in multiple sectors. Reports of reckless expansion, unregulated experiments, and unpredictable behavior have reached every corner of our territories. Humanity is dangerous. Humanity is unprepared. Humanity cannot be trusted. Ella listened. Her hands stayed folded, but a tiny smile appeared on her lips. Dangerous? Perhaps. Unpredictable? Certainly. Unprepared? Not by any measure she knew. Another delegate, a feathered being named Zaya, spoke next. Her voice was musical, almost hypnotic. We have seen humans engage in actions that are chaotic, aggressive, and sometimes heroic. Your species does not follow patterns. You do not act like others. This lack of control cannot be allowed in galactic affairs. Liam glanced at Ella, waiting for a reaction. She only tilted her head slightly, her eyes reflecting a quiet amusement. The aliens were panicked by the very thing that made humans strong. Their ability to adapt, to think in ways no one else could imagine. Then came the formal declaration. A crystal-like being named Orin raised his voice, clear and precise. By unanimous decision of the Galactic Council, Earth and all human colonies are banned from participating in interstellar governance. All humans are restricted from trade agreements, exploration missions, and council meetings until further notice. Any violation of this ban will be met with immediate consequences. The words hung in the air. Across the galaxy, humans on Earth and on nearby colonies would feel this like a shockwave, a wave of restriction and threat. But Ella did not panic. Instead, she turned to Liam, her expression calm, almost amused. They've made a mistake, she said softly, almost to herself. Liam frowned. A mistake? Captain, they just banned us. They just told the galaxy we cannot participate in anything. This is serious. Ella's smile did not fade. Yes, it is serious. That is exactly why it is a mistake. They think we will be scared. They think we will obey. They think we need them. But we don't. The Council continued its speeches, detailing the reasons for the ban. They cited past conflicts humans had been involved in, the unregulated experiments on artificial intelligence, the exploration missions that pushed boundaries without permission. They spoke about humans' tendency to improvise, to break the rules, to challenge authority. To the aliens, these were faults. To Ella, they were strengths. Humans were adaptable. Humans were clever. Humans were persistent. No matter how many limits were placed on them, they would find ways to overcome them. That was what the Council could not understand. Ella thought of the scientists on Earth, working day and night to create new technologies, new medicines, new ways to reach the stars. She thought of Liam and their crew, ready to chart unexplored territories without waiting for anyone's permission. She thought of ordinary humans, simple farmers, engineers, teachers, and children who would take the ban as a challenge, not a punishment. Do they not see it? She whispered to herself. Do they not understand what we are capable of? Liam shook his head. They don't. They can't. They are afraid of what they cannot control. That is why they think banning us will work. Ella nodded. Then let them be afraid. Let them try to stop us. We will not fight them on their terms. We will do it on ours. The hall above Andera began to disperse, the delegates leaving with a mix of relief, satisfaction, or worry. But for Ella and Liam, the moment was just the beginning. They knew that the Council's decision did not weaken humanity. It strengthened them. It forced humans to rely on their ingenuity, their resilience, their spirit. When the last data stream from the Council's hall faded from their screens, Ella turned to Liam once more. We are banned, she said almost casually. But the galaxy has just given us a reason to prove ourselves. And we will. Liam looked at her, then at the distant stars. And if they try to stop us? He asked. Ella smiled wider this time. They won't know what hit them. They never do. Far below, on Earth, people continued their lives. They went to work, to school, to their homes. They watched the skies, sometimes wondering if the stories of the Galactic Council were true. Most of them did not worry. Humans had survived worse than alien bureaucracy. Humans had thrived under pressure. And now they had a new challenge. A galaxy-wide challenge. In the weeks that followed, scientists, engineers, and explorers quietly began preparations. Ships were redesigned, AI systems were improved, and plans were made to reach distant systems without needing approval. Humans worked not out of rebellion, but out of curiosity and determination. The galaxy had spoken. It had tried to limit humans. But humans had already begun to walk a path that no council could control. Ella knew it. Liam knew it. And soon the rest of the galaxy would know it too. The council thought they had won. But humans did not see it as a loss. They saw it as opportunity. And Captain Ella, standing on the observation deck, watching the stars, allowed herself a small, quiet smile. Humanity was not defeated. Humanity was just beginning. News of the Galactic Council's ban on Earth spread across every corner of the planet like a sudden storm. At first there were whispers and murmurs. People stopped on the streets, looking up at the sky as if it held answers. Holographic news screens in homes, offices, and public squares repeated the same message. Humans were now forbidden from participating in interstellar governance. Trade with other civilizations was halted. Expansion beyond Earth's atmosphere was limited. Any human caught trying to join interstellar projects without permission would face severe consequences. For many humans, the news could have been terrifying. If the Council had expected fear, panic, or despair, they were soon to be disappointed. On Earth, something remarkable happened. Instead of retreating, humans leaned forward. In a laboratory perched on the edge of the Pacific Science Dome, Mia stood among screens filled with lines of code and glowing holographic diagrams. Her dark hair was tied back in a practical knot, and her eyes were fixed on a virtual model of an AI system. This AI, known as Sentinel, had been designed to manage complex space operations, from navigation to communication. Today its role had expanded. The ban had created a sudden challenge: how to continue humanity's progress without relying on Galactic Council approval. Mia tapped on a holographic keyboard. We need to improve efficiency by at least 30%, she said to her team, her voice calm but firm. If the galaxy wants to push us aside, we'll show them how fast humans can adapt. Her team nodded silently, already working. Fingers flew across keyboards, virtual interfaces shimmered as code compiled faster than any human had expected, and AI algorithms adjusted themselves in real time. Mia smiled faintly. Humans had a strength no alien could predict: the ability to innovate when cornered. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic in a massive shipyard orbiting Earth, Ethan walked among half-built propulsion systems. Rockets, engines, and energy cores floated in magnetic suspension, surrounded by engineers, technicians, and apprentices. Ethan's eyes gleamed with quiet determination. They want to limit us? He muttered, half to himself, half to a nearby engineer. Fine. Let's see how they handle human ingenuity. We'll design engines that reach systems faster than they thought possible. We'll go where they said we cannot. And we'll do it in record time. The engineers cheered softly, their excitement tempered by focus. Each human in the room understood the stakes. This ban could have been a barrier, a wall meant to keep humanity isolated and small. Instead, it became a spark, igniting ambition, creativity, and resourcefulness. As the days turned into weeks, Earth became a hive of activity. Laboratories, shipyards, universities, and workshops worked tirelessly. Citizens volunteered to help with projects, contributing their skills in ways big and small. Farmers designed new energy-efficient systems for agricultural satellites. Teachers taught children advanced physics and mathematics faster than the normal curriculum allowed. Ordinary people, once just residents of Earth, now became part of a global effort to prove the Council wrong. Even the governments of Earth, usually bogged down in bureaucracy, acted with unusual speed. Policies were streamlined. Funding was redirected toward research, development, and exploration. Humans had a clear goal: to turn the ban into an opportunity. Above Earth, orbiting stations monitored the planet. Alien observers, representatives of the same galactic council that had banned humans, floated silently in their ships. They expected fear. They expected chaos. They expected humans to crumble under the weight of isolation. Instead, what they saw confused them. Cities glowed with new energy-efficient lights. Laboratories buzzed with quiet but relentless work. Rockets launched from hidden ports, testing faster propulsion systems. AI systems communicated seamlessly with human operators. And everywhere, humans moved with a calm confidence that seemed unnatural to the alien observers. One observer, a tall creature with silvery skin and luminescent eyes, whispered to its companion, "How are they thriving? They were supposed to be limited. They were supposed to panic." "They are humans," replied the companion, its voice like a hum in the vacuum. "They do not obey limits the way we do. They use limits as fuel." Back on Earth, Mia paused from her work and leaned back in her chair. She looked at the glowing holograms of AI networks, data flowing faster than anyone had predicted. "It's working," she said softly. "They think they can stop us. But we don't need permission to progress. We just need to try." Ethan, orbiting in his shipyard, watched a test rocket glide silently into space. The engine's hum was almost musical, a soft reminder that human determination could overcome almost anything. "We'll show them," he whispered. "We'll show them all." Even ordinary citizens contributed. Children built small robotic assistants for schools. Engineers in small towns experimented with energy systems and navigation technologies. Artists created designs that combined beauty with function, inspiring engineers and scientists alike. Each act, no matter how small, became part of a larger wave of human ingenuity. As the weeks turned into months, the galaxy began to notice. Ships from other civilizations, watching from a distance, could see Earth's quiet progress. Observers whispered among themselves. "They have been banned," one said. "Yet they continue to innovate. How is it possible?" "They are humans," replied another. "They find opportunity in limits. They do not fear restrictions. They thrive under pressure." On Earth, the leaders of human projects, Mia, Ethan, Captain Ella, and a growing council of scientists and engineers, met regularly in a secure command center. They discussed new propulsion designs, AI improvements, energy systems, and ways to explore new star systems without needing council approval. They laughed softly at the council's ignorance, but they were never reckless. Every decision was careful, deliberate, and calculated. Mia looked at a map of nearby star systems. "We'll need to test the new AI navigation tonight," she said. "The council cannot see what we are doing, but the stars will know. And that is enough." Ethan checked the propulsion systems. "Our engines are ready. They'll reach places the council didn't think we could. By the end of the year, we'll be beyond their control." Even Liam, who had once worried about humanity's reaction to the ban, now felt a deep pride. "Humans always find a way," he said quietly. "Every challenge, every obstacle, they turn it into advantage. And this is no different." As the months passed, Earth transformed. Not physically but in spirit. Citizens walked taller, spoke with more confidence, and worked together in ways no one outside their planet had ever expected. The ban had been meant to isolate and weaken humanity. Instead, it had united them in purpose, sharpened their skills, and strengthened their resolve. Above the planet, alien observers continued to watch in confusion. "How can they be so organized?" one muttered. "They should be panicked, distracted, or afraid. But they are thriving." "They are humans," the other replied again. "We never understood them, and perhaps we never will." And so, Earth continued to turn, quiet and relentless, as humans prepared to take the next step. They did not need permission, they did not need approval, and they did not need the council. They had each other, their ingenuity, and their unshakable determination. Mia looked at a glowing holographic display of Sentinel AI and smiled. "We're ready," she said softly. "The galaxy has underestimated us. That will be their mistake." Ethan, in orbit, watched the rocket engines hum as they glided silently into space. "Let them watch," he whispered. "We will show them what humans can do." From the streets of Earth to the labs, from orbiting stations to distant spaceports, humans continued their work quietly, confidently, and with purpose. The ban had not stopped them. It had only given them reason to move faster, to innovate smarter, and to prove to the galaxy that humans could never be controlled. And somewhere high above, in the shadows of the stars, alien observers could only whisper to each other, still confused, still amazed, still fearful of a species they could not understand. The Galactic Council had decided that words were not enough. If humans were to be limited, they would need to be tested. Quietly, without warning, experiments began. Alien intelligence units deployed controlled crises to Earth, small enough to avoid mass panic, yet large enough to measure human response. The first test came in the form of a rogue artificial intelligence. An AI system designed to infiltrate Earth's network appeared one morning in labs around the world. Screens flickered, data streams were disrupted, and engineers scrambled to regain control. Panic could have spread, but humans did not panic. In a lab in Europe, Mia noticed the anomaly first. Lines of rogue code moved across her screens like liquid fire, attacking communication networks and navigation algorithms. Her team froze, staring at the cascading errors. "Everyone calm down," she said firmly, her voice steady. "It's a test. We will treat it like any problem, step by step." Her fingers flew across the keyboards. She isolated the rogue code, studied its patterns, and slowly began to rewrite it. Within hours, the AI that had been intended to sabotage operations was integrated into Sentinel, Earth's main AI system. Instead of causing harm, it became an ally, performing tasks faster and more efficiently than before. "See," Mia said, smiling at her team. "We don't fight problems. We turn them into tools." Across the Pacific, in a research facility orbiting Earth, Ethan and his engineers faced a virus designed to cripple energy grids and propulsion systems. Alien scientists had engineered it to spread rapidly with no cure in sight. The virus was sophisticated, able to adapt to human countermeasures, and it spread through satellite networks like wildfire. Most species in the galaxy would have panicked. Many would have shut down their entire systems, waiting for help or surrendering to the alien intelligence that had sent the virus. Humans, however, had a different instinct. They studied the virus, learned its behavior, and then used it against itself. By creating AI simulations and controlled countermeasures, they isolated the virus and neutralized it. Not only was the virus stopped, but it was also repurposed to strengthen Earth's systems against future attacks. "Humans always turn danger into advantage," one of the alien observers whispered to another as they watched from orbit. "They do not follow normal rules. They do not behave predictably." The Council's next attempt was sabotage. Small teams of covert aliens infiltrated human operations, attempting to destroy crucial systems in labs, power stations, and shipyards. Their plans were precise and careful. Yet again, humans proved resilient. In one incident, a group of engineers in South America noticed unusual activity in their energy converters. They did not panic. Instead, they followed protocols they had practiced for years, tracing the interference back to a hidden network. Using improvised tools and quick thinking, they not only neutralized the sabotage but created a more efficient energy converter as a byproduct. Ella, watching these events unfold from Earth's command center, allowed herself a small smile. "Every time they think they are controlling us," she said to Liam, "we prove them wrong. Again and again." Liam nodded. "They are learning, slowly. They still don't understand humans. They think fear will control us. It won't." As the weeks passed, more tests arrived. Alien agents sent chemical experiments, small storms in controlled regions, and even attempts to interfere with human social systems by spreading false information. Each time, humans adapted. They improvised, creating better tools, faster solutions, and stronger protocols. What the aliens had hoped would weaken humans only made them stronger. In a remote city in North America, Ava, a young scientist, noticed an unusual storm forming over the coast. It was unlike any natural pattern. At first, the meteorological teams panicked. But Ava and her colleagues studied the storm carefully, using AI predictive models and satellite data. They managed to redirect energy flows and reduce the storm's intensity, protecting millions of people. When they were done, They had learned new techniques for energy manipulation that could be applied to weather control on other planets. It's like every challenge they send us, Ava said to her team, is a gift. We learn faster, adapt faster, and become better because of it. The alien observers could not hide their growing unease. From orbit, they whispered to each other in the galaxy's many languages. Why do they respond like this? One asked. Every crisis is an opportunity for them. Every attack strengthens them. This is abnormal. Another observer shook its translucent head. We underestimated them. We thought restriction would make them weaker. It only made them stronger. They are unpredictable, dangerous in ways we do not control. Even among humans, the response to these crises brought out a remarkable range of creativity. Artists, engineers, teachers, and students all contributed in small ways. Children built simulation models to help understand rogue AI behavior. Volunteers repaired damaged systems faster than expected. Engineers in tiny towns created alternative energy flows that protected cities from artificial disruptions. Every individual contributed, not out of fear but out of curiosity, determination, and pride in what humans could accomplish. Ethan, observing one of the virus neutralizations from orbit, reflected quietly. They wanted to test us. They wanted to break us. But humans, he smiled. Humans just don't break. They find a way forward. The tests continued for months. Each time the aliens tried something new, something more complex. They thought humans would tire, make mistakes, or panic. But humans were patient, persistent, and inventive. Each attempt to destabilize Earth resulted in new technologies, better AI systems, and improved crisis management strategies. What the Council had intended as a punishment became a training ground. Humans grew faster than anyone anticipated. Mia, Ethan, Ella, and Liam watched these events from different parts of Earth and orbiting stations. Each crisis, each challenge was a learning opportunity. They celebrated small victories quietly but purposefully. Every system repaired, every virus neutralized, every rogue AI turned into an ally became proof that humans could thrive in any situation. The aliens could not predict the next move. Humans did not respond in patterns they understood. When one problem was solved, humans anticipated another. When a system failed, they created 3 new solutions before the failure could spread. Improvisation and ingenuity were not just tools, they were a way of life. Even in the darkest hours, when a virus threatened to shut down an entire city's power supply or when a rogue AI threatened satellite communications, humans stayed calm. Their reactions were logical, creative, and often unexpected. Every time we think we have them figured out, an alien observer said, its voice trembling slightly, they surprise us. They are something else entirely. We cannot predict them. They do not follow rules. And worse, they grow stronger every time we interfere. Ella stood in the command center watching reports of the latest successes. She turned to Liam, her expression calm but firm. The galaxy believes they can control us, she said. They are wrong. They believe crises will weaken us. They are wrong again. Every challenge makes us smarter, faster, and stronger. We are ready for whatever comes next. Liam nodded, watching the lights of Earth glow across continents. They cannot understand it. They will never understand it. Humans are unpredictable. And that is our greatest strength. By the end of the year, Earth had transformed in subtle ways. Laboratories were smarter, AI systems more advanced, engineers more inventive, and citizens more confident. The Council's tests had failed. Every attempt to control humans had only revealed how resilient, adaptable, and ingenious they could be. From orbit, alien observers reported to the Council. They admitted quietly, with no pleasure in their voices, that humans were not just surviving, they were thriving. They were unpredictable in ways no other species had been. They learned faster, adapted faster, and turned every obstacle into an advantage. And on Earth, the humans themselves continued their work with quiet determination, unaware of the worry they caused across the stars. Rogue AI, engineered viruses, sabotage, they met each one with calm ingenuity, creativity, and resourcefulness. What the galaxy had tried to use as punishment became humanity's greatest teacher. Mia smiled as she integrated the last rogue AI into Sentinel. Ethan watched as the energy virus neutralized itself, thanks to their new protocols. Ella and Liam observed from the command center. Everywhere humans had touched, systems were stronger, faster, smarter. The aliens could only watch and whisper. Humans had become something they could not understand or control. And that unpredictability was now the galaxy's greatest concern. Earth had changed. Months of challenges, crises, and tests had made humanity stronger, smarter and more confident. Laboratories and workshops buzzed day and night. AI systems were smarter than ever. Rockets, energy systems, and propulsion technologies had advanced far beyond what anyone had imagined. The Galactic Council had tried to limit humans, but humans had learned to thrive under pressure. Now the time had come to step beyond the planet. Noah and Chloe stood together on the observation deck of Earth's largest spaceport. The two were chosen to lead the first faster-than-light ships, humanity's first true step into unclaimed systems beyond the reach of the Galactic Council. Noah was tall, with calm, steady eyes, and a mind that could calculate complex trajectories in seconds. Chloe was sharp and quick-thinking with a talent for navigation and diplomacy alike. Together, they represented humanity's confidence, courage, and intelligence. The first ship, the Pioneer, gleamed under the light of Earth's sun. Its hull shimmered with protective alloys, and its engines hummed quietly with energy far beyond conventional speed. Inside, AI systems hummed softly, ready to assist in navigation, communication, and exploration. Noah tapped the control panel. "We are ready," he said, voice calm. Chloe smiled. "The galaxy thought it could stop us. They were wrong. Let's show them what humans can do." As the countdown began, Earth watched in silence. Citizens had gathered in cities, towns, and stations across the planet. Children pressed their faces against screens, engineers checked final systems, and scientists watched the last data streams from orbit. Everyone felt a quiet pride. Humans were about to explore the stars, and no one had given them permission to do so. That was the point. The engines roared, not with noise but with power and energy. The faster-than-light drive activated, and the Pioneer leapt into the stars, leaving the planet behind in a streak of blue light. Noah and Chloe guided the ship carefully, following pre-calculated paths to unclaimed systems. These regions were untouched by the Galactic Council, unclaimed by any civilization. They were humanity's first real opportunity to establish themselves beyond Earth's orbit. Weeks turned into months as the ship explored new star systems. Noah and Chloe mapped planets, moons, and asteroid belts. They tested the local environments, scanned for resources, and cataloged everything carefully. Every system was an opportunity, every planet a possibility. Back on Earth, the work did not stop. Mia, Ethan, Ella, Liam, and the rest of humanity's leaders coordinated supply chains, research projects, and communication networks. AI systems predicted potential challenges in new systems, while engineers designed modular colonies that could be quickly deployed on distant worlds. The ban from the Galactic Council no longer mattered. Humans had learned to act without permission. The first colonies were established in small systems with habitable planets. Humans built settlements carefully, blending technology with the natural environment. They developed energy systems powered by local resources, built medical facilities, and established schools and research stations. Each colony was a self-sufficient hub, capable of thriving independently. Noah and Chloe reported back to Earth regularly. "The planets are ready for settlement," Chloe said one day, her voice filled with excitement. "Resources are abundant. The AI systems are fully operational. These colonies can support hundreds of humans immediately." "Excellent," Noah replied. "We are laying the foundation for humanity's future. And the galaxy will notice soon enough." As the colonies grew, minor alien species began to take notice. These were civilizations often overlooked by the Galactic Council, small worlds and independent systems that had been ignored or marginalized. They watched humans with curiosity and growing admiration. Humans had faced challenges, survived, and adapted. They had been banned by the galaxy's most powerful council, yet they had expanded into space with confidence, intelligence, and efficiency. One alien leader, a small crystalline being named Tira, approached a human ambassador on a distant colony. "Your species has impressed us," Tira said. "You faced restrictions, and yet you have expanded beyond the Council's control. You are resilient, adaptable. Perhaps we could work together." Humans welcomed these alliances carefully, always maintaining independence. They were not conquerors. They were explorers, innovators, and partners to those who respected their values. Their philosophy was simple: we do not need permission. Every decision, every colony, every exploration mission followed that principle. Back on Earth, Chloe and Noah prepared a second wave of exploration. New ships were built, each faster, stronger, and more versatile than the last. AI systems had become integrated with human decision-making, making navigation and resource management seamless. Humans were no longer reacting to crises. They were planning, exploring, and shaping their destiny. In orbit above one of the new colonies, Liam observed the bustling activity below. Rockets were being prepared for further exploration, research labs were analyzing resources, and the first schools were opening to train children for life in space. The council thought they could stop us, he said to Ella, standing beside him. They thought a ban would make us weaker. Instead, we are unstoppable. Ella smiled, her eyes scanning the horizon of a distant world bathed in sunlight. They cannot limit us, she said. They cannot control us. Every new planet we settle, every system we explore, proves that humans act on their own terms. We do not need permission. And that is the greatest strength of all. The colonies grew rapidly. Each one was a mix of technology and ingenuity, combining human engineering with AI efficiency and local resources. Humans adapted to local conditions, building energy systems suited to each planet, developing agriculture in unfamiliar soils, and even designing transport and communication networks tailored to alien environments. Minor alien species continued to approach, offering trade, knowledge, and cooperation. Humans accepted selectively, building partnerships with those who respected their independence. These new alliances strengthened humanity's position in space without ever needing the approval of the Galactic Council. As Noah and Chloe guided the Pioneer to explore yet another unclaimed system, they marveled at the planets below. Vast oceans, towering mountains, and rich mineral belts stretched across worlds untouched by anyone. Humanity was beginning to leave its mark not by domination, but by creation, innovation, and careful stewardship. Noah spoke into the comm system, his voice calm and confident. We are ready for the next wave of colonies. The galaxy may have thought banning us would slow our progress. It has done the opposite. Every obstacle makes us stronger. Chloe nodded, her eyes reflecting the distant stars. Humans have always adapted. And now we are not just surviving. We are building the future. Back on Earth, citizens watched the progress through news feeds and holographic projections. Children learned about distant colonies, engineers discussed resource extraction on new planets, and scientists planned research missions far beyond the solar system. Humanity had learned the value of collaboration, ingenuity, and independence. The ban from the Galactic Council was no longer a limitation, it was a catalyst. Even the Galactic Council noticed. Reports from observers indicated that humans were expanding faster than predicted. Colonies were thriving, alliances were forming with minor species, and humans continued to innovate at unprecedented rates. For the first time, the Council's influence over Earth was negligible. Humans had learned something no alien could teach them. Limits imposed by others could be overcome by intelligence, creativity, and determination. The ban had been intended as a punishment, but humans had turned it into an opportunity. Noah and Chloe returned to Earth periodically, sharing reports, data, and stories of new discoveries. Every journey confirmed the same truth. Humans were independent, resilient, and unstoppable when united. Each colony they established, each new system they explored, reinforced the simple philosophy that guided humanity: we do not need permission. Minor alien species continued to approach, inspired by humans' resilience and adaptability. Some asked for guidance, some offered trade, and some requested alliances. Humans accepted those who respected their principles, creating a network of independent colonies and partnerships that strengthened humanity's position in the galaxy. From Earth to distant colonies, the message was clear: humans were no longer a species to be controlled. They moved forward, not recklessly but with intelligence, strategy, and vision. They explored, innovated, and built, leaving a mark on the galaxy that no ban could erase. Noah and Chloe stood on a newly established colony watching the stars. Rockets launched quietly into the night sky, AI systems hummed, and human settlements thrived. We've come far, Chloe said. Noah smiled. And this is only the beginning. The galaxy tried to stop us, but humans do not need permission. We shape our own destiny. As the first wave of faster-than-light ships continued to explore and settle unclaimed systems, humans solidified their place in the galaxy. They were explorers, innovators, and partners, respected for their independence and ingenuity. The Galactic Council's ban had failed. Humans had not only survived, it had propelled them forward, stronger than ever. Humans had spread farther than anyone had predicted. Faster-than-light ships traveled to distant systems, colonies thrived on new planets, and communication networks linked worlds light-years apart. The galaxy had watched with quiet astonishment as Earth's citizens proved that they were not to be underestimated. Yet, the most remarkable discoveries were still ahead. During a routine exploration mission in a remote system at the edge of a previously unmapped sector, humans discovered ruins. Massive structures, older than any records in Galactic Council archives, lay dormant on a desert planet bathed in faint amber light. Towers of metal and stone, strangely polished, reached toward the sky. Strange energy pulses hummed through the ruins, faint but steady as if the planet itself were alive. A team of scientists and explorers landed cautiously, led by Ava, a young energy specialist with a brilliant mind. Her eyes widened as she surveyed the site. "This technology, it's older than anything we've ever seen," she whispered to Liam, who was analyzing structural patterns nearby. "We've uncovered something incredible." Liam nodded, carefully scanning the ruins with advanced sensors. "It's not just old," he said. "It's sophisticated. Energy systems, communication networks. This civilization was capable of things far beyond the Galactic Council's records." The humans approached the technology slowly, carefully. They had learned from experience that even advanced AI and energy systems could be unpredictable. Yet their curiosity outweighed caution. Ava and her team began to examine the energy nodes scattered throughout the ruins. The nodes pulsed softly, responding to the humans' proximity, almost as if recognizing their presence. Within weeks, Ava had deciphered the basic principles of the energy systems. They were clean, powerful, and far more efficient than anything humans had yet built. By adapting the principles to current technology, Ava and her team created energy grids that could power entire colonies without reliance on conventional fuel. Rockets and ships could travel longer distances without stopping for refueling. Cities could thrive even on harsh planets. Humanity's capacity for expansion had grown exponentially. Liam focused on applying the discoveries to starship designs. He redesigned engine cores, energy conduits, and propulsion systems using the ancient technology as a blueprint. Ships that had previously required careful calculation and limited energy could now accelerate faster, carry larger payloads, and travel farther. Every test flight showed better results than expected. "We are seeing efficiency increases of nearly 50%, Liam reported to the command center on Earth. "If we continue at this rate, humans will be able to reach systems that even the Galactic Council cannot monitor." The discoveries did not stop at energy and propulsion. Medicine advanced alongside technology. Alien diseases that had once threatened colonies could now be treated more quickly, using energy-based medical systems derived from the ancient technology. Healing processes accelerated, and AI-assisted surgeries became routine. Human lifespans, already extended by technology, began to increase even further. Colonists on distant planets could now thrive in environments previously considered dangerous or uninhabitable. Communication systems also improved. Using energy nodes as relays, humans established networks that could transmit messages instantaneously across vast distances. Even colonies on the far edge of explored systems could remain in constant contact with Earth. This breakthrough allowed coordination on a scale no alien species had seen before. Exploration, trade, and scientific collaboration flourished. While humans advanced, the Galactic Council watched from a distance. Reports of ancient technology and rapid expansion reached them, causing heated debates among council members. Some argued that humans had outgrown the council's influence entirely. Others suggested reopening contact, offering recognition and agreements, but hesitation and fear slowed their decisions. Many members worried about the unpredictability of humans. One council member, a crystalline entity named Varen, spoke during a secret session. "We underestimated them. Our ban was intended to limit their growth, but they have grown faster than we imagined. Their technology, their coordination, their colonies, they now operate independently of our influence. What do we do?" Another member, a winged diplomat named Celera, replied cautiously, "We can attempt to negotiate. Perhaps they will accept some form of cooperation. But we must proceed carefully. Humans are unpredictable. Their ingenuity exceeds our models. They are capable of actions we cannot anticipate." Meanwhile, humans continued their work without concern for the Council's deliberations. Ava and Liam coordinated with scientists, engineers, and explorers across colonies, sharing knowledge and discoveries. Every ancient ruin they uncovered revealed more tools, energy systems, and medical advancements. Humanity's progress accelerated at a pace no alien civilization had ever experienced. In one system, a team of engineers adapted an ancient energy core to create a mobile power generator capable of sustaining an entire city in extreme conditions. In another, medical specialists used energy resonance techniques to treat injuries and diseases that had once been untreatable. Communication networks now linked multiple colonies in a single instant, allowing real-time coordination across light years. Ava looked at a star map from the command center on Earth. "We've only scratched the surface," she said softly. "These ruins, there are thousands more. Each one has knowledge, energy, and technology we can learn from. Humanity can expand faster and further than anyone imagined." Liam adjusted the controls of a test starship in orbit. "Every new system we explore, every ruin we study, gives us an advantage the Galactic Council cannot predict. They banned us to control us. That was their mistake. We don't just survive, we evolve. Faster, smarter, stronger." Even minor alien species took notice. Some sent envoys curious to learn from humans. Others offered cooperation, asking to study ancient ruins alongside human explorers. For the first time, humans were no longer isolated, they were sought after as innovators, teachers, and partners. The discoveries reshaped human society as well. Colonists on distant planets were no longer dependent solely on Earth for guidance. They had the tools, knowledge, and energy to build sustainable communities. Education, science, and innovation became central to life, preparing humans for challenges and opportunities across the galaxy. Ava and Liam visited one of the largest ruins, a sprawling structure that seemed to pulse with energy. They observed the nodes, energy conduits, and communication channels still active after millennia. "It's as if this technology was waiting for us," Ava said. "Waiting for humans to discover it." Liam nodded. "And we will use it wisely. To explore, to build, to advance. The Council may have banned us, but they cannot stop our progress. Not now, not ever." Back on Earth, citizens watched the rapid expansion with awe. Colonies sent reports, discoveries, and maps, showing systems previously thought unreachable. Children studied energy nodes, engineers tested ancient propulsion designs, and scientists shared innovations across colonies. Humanity's collective knowledge grew exponentially. The Galactic Council continued to debate. Some members feared reopening contact would acknowledge humans' independence. Others feared confrontation if humans refused negotiation. Humanity had already reached a level of autonomy and technological advancement that made the Council's previous control irrelevant. The debate ended in stalemate as humans continued their work, unaware or unconcerned about the political struggles far away. Ava demonstrated a newly adapted energy system to Liam. "This could power entire colonies for decades without refueling," she said. "We are learning faster than anyone expected. Medicine, communication, energy, every system we touch improves." Liam smiled. "Humans adapt to everything. The Council thought they could stop us with a ban, with limitations, with threats. But we are beyond them now. Our expansion, our technology, our colonies, we are free, independent, unstoppable." Across multiple colonies, humans applied their discoveries to solve real-world challenges. Agricultural systems flourished on barren worlds, medical crises were treated with speed and efficiency, and energy networks provided clean, abundant power. The use of ancient technology allowed humans to reach new frontiers previously thought impossible. In one remote colony, scientists discovered an ancient communication array that could transmit across entire star clusters. By integrating it with human AI, messages now traveled instantly across light years. Trade, research, and collaboration became seamless, linking every colony into a single network. Humans had built a galaxy-spanning web of knowledge, energy, and innovation. From orbit, Liam and Ava observed the colonies. Rockets launched silently, energy grids hummed with power, and settlements thrived. "We have changed the game," Ava said. Liam nodded. "The Council underestimated us. They banned us thinking it would limit our growth. Instead, we discovered ancient knowledge, rebuilt it, and used it to expand faster than anyone could have predicted. Humanity has outgrown them." The Galactic Council's attempts to contain humans had failed. Every test, every ban, every challenge only strengthened Earth's citizens. With ancient technology in their hands, humans had advanced medicine, energy, propulsion, and communication to levels previously thought impossible. They no longer needed approval or oversight. They were a force in the galaxy, independent and capable. Ava smiled as she reviewed the latest test results of energy systems adapted from ancient ruins. Liam adjusted the starship designs using similar technology. "We are ready," she said. "For anything. For exploration, for innovation, for the future." Liam looked at the distant stars. "And the Council? They cannot stop us. They cannot control us. Humanity is beyond them now. We are free." The galaxy was changing slowly but surely. After years of crises, exploration, and discoveries, humans had reached a point no alien civilization had predicted. Colonies thrived on distant planets. Ancient technology had been uncovered, studied, and applied to human systems. Faster-than-light ships traveled further, faster, and smarter than ever before. Humans had taken the ban imposed by the Galactic Council and turned it into their greatest advantage. From the command center on Earth, Ella watched reports coming from across colonies. Screens displayed bustling cities, humming energy grids, AI-assisted laboratories, and rockets launching quietly into space. Every planet under human influence was self-sufficient, capable, and thriving. "This is more than we imagined," Ella said softly to Liam, who stood beside her. "The galaxy thought they could limit us, control us, or scare us. Instead, we built something better than anyone expected." Liam nodded, his gaze on a holographic map showing hundreds of human settlements and exploration paths. "They underestimated humans," he said simply. "And they still don't fully understand us. But that doesn't matter. We know what we are capable of." In a nearby research hub, Mia coordinated communications between colonies. Her AI systems had grown in intelligence and scope, capable of predicting challenges and optimizing human activity across multiple planets. She watched as smaller alien civilizations sent messages asking for guidance, trade, or partnerships. Humans had learned to help without controlling, to cooperate without dominating. "This is what sets us apart," Mia said to Ethan, who was reviewing engineering reports for new propulsion systems. "We don't need to rule. We just show how to thrive and others follow voluntarily. That's the strength of humanity." Ethan smiled, thinking back to the first crisis the Galactic Council had tried to impose on Earth. Every challenge, every test, every ban, they thought it would make us weak. Instead, it made us stronger. Now, the galaxy is adjusting to our presence. Across space, Noah and Chloe were guiding the newest fleet of faster-than-light ships to unexplored systems. They had established routes to colonies that humans had settled years ago, connecting the network like threads in a vast web. Trade, science, and communication flowed freely between planets, creating a living network of human civilization. "Humans have changed everything," Chloe said, watching a new colony settle on a planet with vast oceans and tall mountain ranges. "We don't conquer. We build, explore, and cooperate. And they notice. Everyone notices." Noah nodded. "We act on our own terms. That is something no one can control. Not the Council, not other species. We simply move forward and they adjust." On one of the oldest colonies, Ava oversaw research into ancient technology that humans had uncovered across the galaxy. Energy systems, medical innovations, and communication networks continued to improve, making colonies safer, more efficient, and more advanced. Humans had become leaders not by force but by example. Their independence, creativity, and resilience had earned respect quietly but firmly. Ava paused, looking out over the colony. "It's amazing how far we've come," she said softly. "The Council tried to stop us, but we didn't just survive. We thrived. And now the galaxy has to see that humans are different." The Galactic Council, once the ultimate authority over interstellar affairs, watched from afar. They observed humans forming connections with minor species, establishing colonies, and building technology far beyond anything the Council had authorized. Some members admitted privately that humans could not be controlled. They debated whether to re-establish contact, fearing humans had grown too independent. "They are beyond us now," a crystalline diplomat said in a closed council meeting. "Their technology, their colonies, their alliances, they operate on their own. We cannot influence them. They are unpredictable." "Yes," replied another, a winged observer. "And that unpredictability is dangerous but also impressive. They have turned limitations into opportunity. They are a species unlike any other in the galaxy." Back on Earth, humans did not wait for approval or recognition. Instead, they acted as they always had, with calm confidence, intelligence, and ingenuity. Plans were made, colonies were expanded, and technology continued to advance. Humans had learned the greatest lesson of all: control over them could only be voluntary. They could not be commanded, coerced, or contained. Ella gathered with Liam, Mia, Ethan, Noah, Chloe, and Ava in a central meeting hall on Earth. The group looked at the holographic map of human activity across the galaxy. Lines connected colonies, fleets, and research hubs, forming a web of human influence without dominance. They called this the Coalition of Free Worlds, a network of planets and civilizations united by choice, not force. "This is it," Ella said quietly, her eyes on the map. "We are not rulers. We are partners. We show what humans can do and others join us because they want to, not because they have to." Liam smiled, thinking of the journey from Earth's ban to the present. The galaxy thought they could stop us. They banned us. They tested us. And what did it accomplish? Nothing. Nothing but making humans stronger, smarter, and more united. Mia added, "We've proven something important. Respect is earned through action, not enforced by rules or councils. That is the future we are building." Ethan nodded. Every colony, every alliance, every innovation, this is what freedom looks like. We don't need permission. We act and the galaxy adjusts. Noah and Chloe looked at the stars beyond the meeting hall's windows. "Every planet we visit, every system we explore adds to our network," Noah said. "The galaxy may have underestimated us, but now it can see clearly, humans are capable, adaptable, and resilient in ways no one predicted." Chloe smiled faintly. "And the best part? We didn't have to fight for it. We didn't have to dominate. We simply did what humans do best. We adapted, we explored, and we thrived." Across the galaxy, minor species began seeking partnerships. Some had been isolated for centuries, others had been overlooked by the Galactic Council. They observed humans building colonies, exploring unclaimed systems, and sharing technology without coercion. Many sent envoys eager to cooperate, learn, or trade. Humans welcomed them selectively, creating bonds based on mutual respect and shared goals. On one distant colony, a delegation of alien species gathered with human representatives. Ava spoke first, her voice calm and firm. "We do not claim to rule. We do not seek to dominate. Our goal is simple: to explore, to innovate, and to work together with those who respect independence, creativity, and cooperation. Join us because you want it, not because you are forced to." The alien leaders nodded in agreement, impressed by humanity's philosophy. Humans had shown that strength could be exercised without coercion, that progress could be achieved without domination, and that respect could be earned through ingenuity and cooperation. Back on Earth, Ella, Liam, Mia, Ethan, Noah, Chloe, and Ava watched as reports from colonies and exploration fleets filled their screens. Every message, every map, every innovation was a testament to human resilience and creativity. The ban imposed by the Galactic Council had not stopped them, it had propelled them forward. "We have done what no one expected," Ella said softly. "The galaxy tried to stop us. It failed. And now we are building something greater than any ban, any restriction, or any rule could ever prevent." Liam leaned back, watching the stars glow beyond the command center. "And the best part? We did it on our own terms. No permission needed. No approval required. Just humans acting as humans always do, curious, determined, and capable." Mia added, "Every challenge they sent, every test they imposed, every attempt to control us only strengthened our resolve. We didn't just survive. We thrived. We built a network of civilizations united by choice, not fear or force." Ethan smiled. "That's the human way. We turn obstacles into opportunity. We adapt, we learn, we expand. And we do it with respect, for ourselves, for others, and for the galaxy we now explore." Noah and Chloe looked at a fleet of new faster-than-light ships preparing to leave for distant systems. "The galaxy has noticed us," Noah said. "Some fear us. Some admire us. Some want to join us. And all of them are realizing the same truth: humans are different. Unpredictable, resilient, and unstoppable." Chloe nodded. "We don't need the council. We don't need approval. We do what humans do best. We act, we build, and we explore. And the galaxy adjusts. Quietly, carefully, and inevitably." As night fell across Earth and the distant colonies, humans looked up at the stars with quiet pride. The galaxies that had once tried to contain them, ban them, or control them now watched as humanity expanded with intelligence, innovation, and cooperation. Humans were not rulers, conquerors, or aggressors. They were partners, explorers, innovators, and builders. Ella smiled as she gazed at the stars. Liam, Mia, Ethan, Noah, Chloe, and Ava joined her, watching fleets travel, colonies thrive, and the galaxy adjust. "They underestimated us," she said softly. "They thought a ban could stop us. They were wrong. Humanity walks freely now, and we do it with confidence, pride, and a smile." Liam nodded. "The galaxy has learned its lesson. Humans are not to be controlled, limited, or underestimated. And we never needed them to approve it. We just thrive." Mia added, "And that is the legacy we leave: curiosity, resilience, and the understanding that strength comes from action, ingenuity, and cooperation, not force or domination." Ethan, Noah, Chloe, and Ava all shared a quiet smile. Across the stars, humans had built something remarkable: not an empire, not a dominion, but a coalition of free worlds united by choice, respect, and the human spirit. And in that moment, humanity simply looked at the stars and smiled.